Round 2. Fight!
So we've got Avenues College versus Reynella East College. Reynella East College's name being Bards Meep Squad. So they're up top on the blue side, and Avenues College is on the red side. And as I had a bit of a joke about in the intro on this one, they do have a Timo on their team, which is a very interesting pick, especially in a tournament play where there's going to be a lot of communication and team play and stuff. And he can only really blind one person, and I know he does a bit of AoE damage with his mushrooms, but a lot of that I'd say is even, I'd classify as like kind of useless damage, because especially versus a Cho'Gath that has inbuilt lifesteal, he's going to hit him, Cho'Gath's either going to lifesteal it up, or just go back and then do it all over again. So first, what we're going to do here is get a scoreboard. We're probably not going to do a full game commentary of this one because, as we found out as well, the Avenues College team is quite inexperienced in things. So it's a little bit of a stomp, but there is things that you can still take away from it. So we're going to try to focus on the main fights and things like that. So a really big part of this as well is the fact that Reynella East College, so we've got the Thresh, MF, Kane, Cho'Gath and Rakan here. So a really high engaged team comp. And as you can see here, they're kind of setting up for the invade straight away. So they're coming down the bottom here. They're putting out fillers. So what Avenues College has done wrong is that they've actually not put anyone in these key locations. So here to stop the invade, up here as well. So the Reynella East College team can come straight in, get the Thresh hook onto the Nami there, almost kill the Nami, so probably going a little bit early there as the Rakan. I should have saved the knock up for after she'd flashed. Unfortunately, I think the Shyvana was AFK there, so that's a really important part there. So you get the flash of their jungle and their support, and that's a really, really good start to the game. So obviously no kills, but still putting the pressure on our bot and in the jungle, so that's really, really good from the Reynella side. But to simply stop that, if any of the Avenues College team was sitting there or sitting up higher up here, also just good practice to have them sitting in these locations, so in here as well and up top, and that covers all invade options. So you really need to make sure you have that. As you can see there, a real big positive of the Rakan pick there is the engage. So the level 1 engage on the Vega that keeps it available, he's going to be able to beat him down, keep doing that until he gets cage up, then it'll get a little bit tougher. But you can see over here as well, with the vision in the jungle now, they can see that Shyvana's really low health now, so that leaves Kane open at level 2 to basically do what he wants. So you can see here, he gets to go in, he's going to take wolves. Shyvana can't really do much, so she's taking a really big risk here by hanging around. I personally would have backed and then gone to my top side jungle and asked Vega to ward things for me. So you can see there, the damage from the Rakan's really good as well. The problem that he's going to have later on, so if we have a look at the Rakan, so later on, if you look at his abilities, so if we go to the Rakan there, all of the abilities are really, really it's really important for him to engage, and so he's going to be a really squishy carry. And so if he's engaging and they've got any kind of CC, they're going to have a lot of trouble. Timo going really low there as well. It's a really interesting top as well. So normally you see Timo's bullying the other laner out of lane, and they have a really, really tough time of it. It's good to see here that the Cho'Gath's playing it pretty good, and the Cho'Gath's actually got, well, they've got the same farm. So normally the Timo would have way more farm than the First Blood going out there as well. So Shyvana just hanging around a little bit too long on low health, trying to contest the Scuttle Crab there, I think. So yeah, it's really, really, it's kind of a silly thing to do. Got to play your own game. So if we go back even a little bit further, you can see that she's here. She's still hanging around. She's only level 2. She's got her blue buff. She's done. Well, she's on 4 farm. Kane's on 8, so double the amount of farm. And then she tries to contest him when she's on a 3rd health. So probably a little bit of an inexperienced player there. As you can see, red slowing her down a bit as well. And First Blood coming out. So that's the first really important fight. There's other times as well. So if we skip through to a bit later on. So here we are at 8 minutes, right? Infernal Dragon's still up. Everything's like 7-0, so there's been a few kills all around the map. Mostly this Shyvana, because of that like level 1 play, she's just getting absolutely bullied out of her jungle. So you can see here as well, good TP there by the Cho'Gath. They've got all 5 people now coming bot lane. Really good pick there on the Jinx, so that's good pick up. Another good pick up on the Nami. So now you've got all 5 people bot. You've almost got a full wave there. Now what they should be doing, right, because Cho'Gath is full health, he should be tanking this tower and they should be trying to get it. So Kane's doing the wrong thing here, walking away. They need his AD on this as well. You can see Cho'Gath tanking that. He's not massively tanky, but they should be trying to get this, because this is the play that we've been practicing at Reynella East College. So even if he gets that kill, I mean, she's not worth the gold anymore. So 176 gold as opposed to 550 gold from the tower, and then even more gold from the dragon. So if they did do that, if they did grab that first tower and then rotate over to get that dragon, hell, that could open them up to then go mid, because this Veigar's just stayed here pushing the whole time. Got a bit of a wave built up, but still you can see there the really good damage coming up by Rakan. Imagine if they did that play by the book kind of thing, really focusing on that macro play, it would have ended this game a lot quicker as well. Because they don't end up actually getting first tower until another couple minutes. So I realise they do get another kill. So you can see here they finally get this bot tower. Jinx hanging around for a little bit too long, as you can see there. So Thresh being able to walk up and get that hook, and that's a really, really nice hook. So that's one thing I do have to say about, he's called high on Bard, but I'll tell you what, he should be jumping on the Thresh, because he's been hitting some really good hooks. As you can see here, the 2-to-1 top lane, so Veigar starting to go top. Probably a really good call by him. He's got a really big wave that's pushed into his mid lane, but you can see that as well. It's a little bit disappointing that because there's not that bot focus, they still haven't taken the Infernal Dragon. Rift Herald's still up. Ideally, so if you're playing this by the book, if you're over 10 kills up and you're only 12 minutes into the game, you should be really getting these macro objectives. So, I mean, I realise this other team's a little bit inexperienced, and I get that. Cho'Gath going for the kill here on the Teemo, so should get that pretty easy. Another good kill there by the Thresh, playing really aggressive, and that's really good. That's gonna snowball your lead a bit. But like I was saying though, if you're really, really trying to hammer home this win, like imagine if you're not playing a team that's inexperienced, and you've really, really got to win early because you've got an MF on your team, you've got a Rakan on your team. The only one that's actually going to scale half decently is your Cho'Gath, who's a tank. You've really got to focus on that, and you can see here as well, because of these aggressive wards that the Reynella East College people have. So the ward on this blue's done really well. Keeping that ward has managed them to get multiple kills. That's really good. But if you look at the top side, I mean, they do have some good vision in the river, but no other vision up here. You've got to make sure you're using those wards, because if you look at that vision score, I mean, they're not fantastic. Kane's been doing a good job. Him being the jungle, you kind of expect that, so you need to focus on that as well. And it's not until, like, you go here, they get another kill, but it's not until now, and they hang around for more kills, but it's not until now that they actually get the dragon. So obviously letting the Cho'Gath wait till his ult's up, and then getting the dragon there. But that's quite a late dragon. When you could have got it at 8 minutes, and you're getting it 6 minutes later, you could have done a lot better there. Getting another kill there, him hanging around. You can see they've all hung around way too much, and they're way too forward. So if you're this far behind, you've got a 5-0 Kane and a 5-0 MF, you've got to be sitting, like, you've got to sit behind the kind of middle diameter of that turret. If you're sitting back there, then if Thresh engages, he has to go behind flash range. So lots of people don't know that. If you're sitting back here and he goes on you and comes in with his hook, he's actually got to go further than flash range out of the tower, so he's going to take an extra tower shot. So there's another one there. If we look at this kind of final last push here, you can see the grouping mid, and they've done really well there. Should be using Herald. I'm presuming, yep, they've got Herald, so they should be using Herald here as well. He's waiting a long time. Alright, cool. So try to, especially when the tower's full health, use that Herald, get it out early, so it's doing the maximum deeps to that tower. Okay, so you've missed a little bit of damage that you could have got from the Herald, and could have happened even faster. So you can see here as well, their bot lane, I feel like they've kind of given up. They're sitting down here bot still. I know they want to get this tower and get some global gold, but it's not worth it. When these guys are going to end, and you've got a scaling team comp like these guys have, I just really imagine, like, I've wasted heal by Veigar there as well. So I just imagine though, like, if this team was like a bit more experienced and they knew how to stop this snowball, I feel like there would have been a lot more trouble, because they've got Veigar that scales ridiculously well, they've got Jinx that scales ridiculously well, they've got Shyvana that scales ridiculously well. So that's a really, really good thing. But it's a good way to show the snowball, and I'm not saying what Reynella East College has done has been bad by any means. I'm just saying they should have done it a lot faster and a lot better, because you've got to consider as well, you're going to be versing tough teams, and you really, really need that kind of macro play to keep yourself ahead. Okay, and you saw it in the game where we lost in round 1. So Yeah, the victory for Reynella East College there, definitely some things that could be taken out of it by both Reynella East College and Avenues College. Especially for a new team like Avenues College, that'd be really good to watch this video and maybe think about the different things about their vision, where they set up, and really focusing on that, because that whole level 1 would have been a lot different. So yeah, really well played by Reynella East College. Good job. Let's try to make sure we perfect this and get this absolutely smoothed out, and hopefully get another win this week when we versus a different team. So catch you then.